This is the first video update for quite a few months now. A lot's been happening, but it's been very unclear what my situation is, which is the main reason I didn't make a video. So the last very major thing was I had liver surgery in August, and just after the liver surgery everything seemed okay, and then I had a PET scan, which is a nuclear scan, and the scan showed cancer in and around my liver, and also in my lymphatic system, and there seems to be a lung tumour as well. The PET scan was a combined PET-CT scan, and the lung tumour showed up on the CT part of it. So yeah, things looked really bad, but since then I've had some more scans. I had an ultrasound scan of the area around my liver, and that was done by the liver surgeon. He said there were no visible tumours in my liver or in the membrane covering my abdomen. So he thinks that it showed up on the scan just because of inflammation from having the surgery. So he said he's going to do the scan again in December, the ultrasound, but also I should have the nuclear scan again in January. I'm going to have that mid-January. Again, the cancer in my lymphatic system, it was one lymph node was enlarged and had taken some of the radioactive sugar, which is used in a nuclear scan. Hopefully that's just, again, a result of the surgery, because the lymph node was in that kind of area, lower abdomen. So currently I'm not having any chemo. I haven't had chemotherapy since I think end of June. So that's been really nice, but a little bit scary, because without chemo maybe the cancer will start to spread quickly. On the other hand, there's not a lot of strong evidence that chemo helps at this late stage of cancer. So the treatment I'm having at the moment is basically the hypothermia treatment I have every week, and every day I'm taking a medicine called metformin, which is actually originally a diabetes medicine, but it seems to be useful for cancer patients, and in particular it seems to be able to attack the stem cells, which are chemotherapy resistant. So it's very important to have a treatment that can deal with cancer stem cells. And metformin is a old, safe medicine, and it's cheap, which is amazing. Hopefully in the future there'll be a lot of those cheap medicines developed for a whole range of things, but that happen to be good for cancer patients. So a couple of days ago there was a very small study reported in Italy looking at the use of antibiotics for breast cancer, and this was looking at an antibiotic, I think it was doxycycline, which is very standard broad spectrum antibiotic, and seems to have pretty good results. I think it was 11 patients and 10 of them got a good result from the trial, and the 11th, unfortunately, their stem cell count seemed to go up, which is interesting. But yeah, 10 out of 11 is pretty good. So hopefully lots of those kind of medicines will come along in the future. Unfortunately, there's not a big incentive for pharmaceutical companies to do that kind of research because they're not drugs you'd make huge amounts of money off, I imagine, because they're standard cheap drugs that are out there already. It's not like developing a new chemotherapy drug, which might be thousands of dollars a month. These drugs are $100 a month or something. It's maybe not huge amounts of money to be made there, which is a shame, but still that's the way it is with cancer, really. Anyway, I'll try and do updates more regularly from now on. It's just wonderful not to be having chemotherapy, and although my scan result is potentially bad, it may be that when I have the same scan again in the middle of January that it's not so bad if those suspect glowing bits of the scan were actually just from left over from the surgery or the results of the surgery. Okay, another update soon. Cheers, bye.